and good evening, audience.
Very good evening.
So, we can kick this off with a couple of discussion starters that I've prepared. So, I'd like each one of our panelists to answer these as I ask them. So, we can begin with you, Samya. So, the question is, given your varied experiences across different sectors, what do you see as the most significant paradigm shift that AI, particularly Gen AI, is bringing to how we build products and solutions today?
So right now I'm seeing that we are very quickly building prototypes, and iteratively working on that and building very innovative and new solutions which would ideally take, let's say, a year or 2 years back, quite a few time, like 2 to 3 months, and those POCs or those kind of prototypes are getting built in probably 15 to 20 days. So I think that's a pretty big shift in terms of how quickly we're getting to see tangible impact.
So, Apurv, what's your take on this?
Yeah, hey. So prototyping definitely is one of the things that has been picked up. One other very interesting or unique thing that we are seeing day to day in enterprise clients, they don't like prototypes. They hate security flaws. So what they have instead started using most of these tools is for designing. So earlier we used to share some sort of Figma design or things like that. But many of them now have started asking about lovable design. Build something very quickly, no backend, send the design, get the concept in line, bring the thought process in line, and then start using that to develop backend. Backend is good with AI, but there are many security flaws, DevOps things that require still manual intervention. But the first version of designing is slowly started to move. I'm sure that this is not again perfect designing. AI cannot do 100%. It is just 85% at everything. But that aspect, I believe, has a drastically shift. There's a lot more, but I will leave that to my good counterparts.
Okay. As an interesting aspect, and Soumya and Apurva, right? You guys have covered with industries, right? But I'll go with the thumb rule. Most of the people would have heard about, if you are into the trading, anything that you see in your around, that's a stock that you should pick up. Agree? Okay. So the key is, look at the LinkedIn post. Randomly look out the neighbors. You'll find most of those are generated by the LLMs. Agree, disagree?
Agree.
Is touching your life, touching the popularity of you, right? It's not right or wrong. If somebody has an idea, he found out, he put the prompt and share with you. That's a good thing. When you are getting time, read it. That's a concise and correct answer. Second thing, even in most of the cases in the leadership, if you look at it, mail threads are typically very long. So now being having a summary of mails, that helps quickly to understand what is going on. You can imagine 50, 60 or maybe hundreds of mail threads going on, and you have no clue, no time, especially as you grow in a leadership ladder. You'll find it very difficult to go through all 50 or mail threads. You need something that can give you a summary what is happening. Fair? Jira management. Most of you would have gone through the bug triaging and all, and it is one of my day-to-day life activity. Mail and the Jira, especially particularly escalations. In the escalations, if an escalation has a 1 week age and team is interactively working, you will find 150 comments on that. Who has time to read it? And what am I to do? I have to go and talk to my leadership what is going on and what is happening and what summary of it. Jira has a very fantastic feature that says a summary of the whole conversation, and it tells it is touching my life also. It make my response time really fast. It makes me quickly understand what is going on and whom to talk based on the summary, right? So this is what my take. It is definitely touching our each one of us life and very effective way.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, what's your take on it?
Right, and almost you covered everything. Because we are using the complete AI, Gen AI, agentic based, AI based, solutions across the SDLC, even starting from requirements analysis, even documentation also, testing also, even defect tracking, and all things kind of completely kind of we have implemented. Say for example, if we want to reduce any tickets in the sense proactive basis, before somebody else is going to log the ticket, it will pop up, hey, there is a ticket, is that this is the solution or something like that. That's a way proactively we are doing something. Also, the AI based DevSecOps also now we have implemented. So low code, no code based things. Previously you were doing manually, you were doing a lot of scriptings and everything we are doing, right? Nowadays, what happened in the sense, end user, they can able to go choose the project and everything. That's a way, check in, check out, and kind of build everything. And also moving from one environment to another environment, unit testing, functional testing, all things, it keeps on going, Gen AI based things. Like that, kind of BPS, BPO sidewise, kind of we are doing tremendous way. For about agent to customer, 1 hour call is going on. So as a supervisor, I can able to go and ask, hey, what happened? What is the customer mindset? Whether it is sorted or not sorted, immediately, it will give out everything clearly. Also, the thing is, personally, I'm using it for, sending out emails or any documentation or something like that. I check, kind of whether the content and intent, everything is correct or not, or something like that. So mine is, almost within our company, or personally, I can say that, almost 90-95%, we started using, AI, Gen AI. So that's what I can say that.
Thank you, sir. So the second question, Soumya, looking 3 to 5 years out, what's the one moonshot idea that AI could enable in your respective domain that feels almost sci-fi like now, but is within the realm of possibility?
So I've been mostly working in the healthcare life science domain, and I feel like I mean there are a lot of cases of people who know quite late that they are going through terminal some kind of disease, and I feel like it is now based on all that improvement in Gen AI, we might be able to reach a point where we can predict that okay, these are the factors which might be of some effect on you, then maybe take care of those things down the line. Yeah.
Purv?
AI is a world of endless possibilities. There are lots of moonshot ideas that we are currently thinking of, and we are hoping to achieve. One of the things which is coming out definitely is AGI, which everyone is talking about. Will we reach AGI in next 5 years? Don't know. Some people are saying GPT-5, which is coming in March 26, will be some sort of a AI leap, but let's see. One area, if I have to focus on for now, I would say that would be robotics. The robotics is a stage right now where I would say AI was around 3 to 4 years back. Already, a lot of people are working on it, but that AI hype is still going to come into that. And with the upcoming of AI and IoT devices can now run AI and a lot more. So I believe humanoid robots or robotic pets or robots will become integral part in the next 5 years, doing our day-to-day activity. Maybe if not 100% of a human, definitely is 50-60% of the human. For example, what ChatGPT can do today, it cannot replace you, it can assist you. Very similar to that, if we are doing this event 5 years from now, I predict we will have few robots here somewhere helping us coordinate, manage, and support in this event.
Great. Rajesh?
My talk, okay. I always believe I'm a human first and then professional later. That's my take of life. You might often corporate employee, but I'm human first. For a professional, for a person to be professional, he has to be human first. So I'm a human first approach, and I would go with the Soumya's point as he mentioned diseases part. DeepMind CEO suggested after 10 years there will be no disease which cannot be cured. Right, it is a very promising one. Although you asked me for 3 to 5 years, but I'm back. I'm counting on his input because DeepMind is doing really great work. That is one aspect. 3 to 5 years, I'm taking a cue from Operation Sindoor, and I'm a patriotic also, like you all. I would rather like to see something like our borders are fenced in such a way that no one can dare to penetrate it. Wakanda, you remember the
Absolutely.
Wakanda reel and all, right? So anybody sends a drone, it stops there. Who kill it? Khatam. So
We
something
can
like that we want to see it happening. I wish Indian government funds it appropriately and corruption goes down so that we feel safe and we we make our continual progress.
absolutely. I'm sure that we can come up with a similar slogan for us, Wakanda forever.
Okay, right. So what do you see?
Jawahar.
The one line is, of course, the physical AI. That's what you covered everything. The robotic side and digital twin, the modeling, simulations, and then the omniverse kind of NVIDIA's platforms. So that combination, manufacturing and that side. And plus, the healthcare side, there are, plenty of opportunities are there at the moment. The software side and BFSI side, kind of the rollouts are happening quite a lot, but now the manufacturing and the robots and that related things, connected world, connected manufacturing. So those things, I'm expecting that the implementation is happening right now. R&D is happening.
Got it. Maybe we can start with you for the next question, sir. How do you ensure that the AI solutions you're building are not just technologically advanced, but also deliver tangible business benefits and integrate seamlessly into existing workflows?
That's right. So most of the times, we don't want to marry a new vendor or new technology or something. First, what is already available? So this what normally we go for, kind of due diligence exercise, workshops or something like that. So already, they have something, well-established workflow engines or, if existing systems are available, how we can able to add value to that, or how we can able to utilize that. If they are having any workflow engines, RPA or, kind of API in the sense, on top of it, how we can able to utilize the best out of it or something. But whatever we are doing is, kind of the business first. What kind of values, we are bringing in. Technology is the second one or something like that. Okay. On top of it, we are measuring other things like, the productivity or efficiency, and what kind of, cost benefit, we can able to give, what kind of customer experience, we can able to give all these, permutations and combinations, kind of we think about it, then finally we recommend go and implement.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Rajesh, what's your take on it?
I was surprised when you say who doesn't want to marry. Then I forgot. Okay, he's talking about the new vendor. Okay, I was thinking we got a Vivekanand on my left side of mind. Okay, jokes apart. See, that is the question is little slightly paradoxical, I believe, because anything that we do into the corporate world, unless we see an ROI, we don't do it, right? So even if I have to go team outing, then there is an intent behind it because I need to keep my team happy. So I see the amalgamation of that technology plus benefit is the core principle of corporate life, the capitalist mindset, right? So that fusion is required certainly. For example, my company is we are offering platform as a service. There are a lot of discussions going on how can we leverage AI to meaningfully assist our customer to one such case is debugging. For example, there is some breakdown happens, and how can we assist through automate process to fix it. And on top of that, if it is not fixable, it should automate come to create a escalation and it do an analysis in the back end, and then it comes to then it's come to the support where human intervention is required. If it is not doable still, it come to the engineering. That is one aspect that I can see, because that support calls is what keep our most of our bandwidth really occupied. So that is what I'm seeing things. I mean, on the platform as a service that we're working on.
Interesting. Thank you, sir. Apurv.
Yeah. So being a tech consulting firm, technology is at the core of our heart. So we keep on doing a lot of experimentations, and as he rightly said, RO is required. So for us, the RO is to understand any technology before it becomes popular, so that we can assist our clients to implement it fast. To do so, one of the approaches that GeekyAnts has taken up is creating various micro projects or micro apps. Some we launch, some we don't. But I believe in last 2.5 or 3 years since the AI has become popular, we would have internally created 15 or 20 different projects. Someone for design system, someone for low code, and a lot more. We create it, we test the technology, how it's working on, how's the MCP, Let's say that we are going to implement MCP. We will do a testing. We'll try to understand how it is going to work on. We'll give it someone to hack it. This is a project. Now, if you hack it, you are going to be awesome in the company. That is one of the things. We have done a couple of AI specific hackathons, 48 hours hackathon. No one slept all night. We did it. It went awesome. Many projects came out of it. We try to do theoretical plus practical approaches and learn from it, then recommend our client. For sure, security is a very big concern. Also, accuracy. We work with a lot of banking and healthcare companies. For them, AI comes in the last segment when the industry has validated. So we try to be on the a frontier of this fight where we learn the technology, implement it internally, test it, and if everything looks good, then we say use this or this or this or this. One of the common questions that we receive from all of our clients: why not use ChatGPT? Why use Gemini? Why use Claude? So we have done 20, 30, 40 case studies under different scenarios, which we have created the reports and then we share with our clients. So yeah, theory plus practical, that's our approach.
Okay, awesome. Soumya, your take.
So, like, especially I'll talk about the lifestyle healthcare side, because I feel like whatever prototype or product you'll build, eventually it will be sort of applicable for the medical people or the services. So getting like correct feedback about what is working, what is not, and incorporating that uh, like over the duration, and yeah, so that helps in creating a good amount of understanding of what is working, what is not, and keeping reality check. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Moving on to the next question. Sir, with you. For someone just starting to build with AI, what's the most crucial foundational concept or skill they should master before just beyond just coding?
Okay. It's a very basic thing is what use cases, they wanted to achieve. What purpose, they are going to build it. This is, it's a version. So don't boil the version. That's what I keep on telling. What is the use case? What is the project? What is that project purpose, kind of they have to learn, build or something like that. So first thing is, kind of we have to do a POC, POV, MVP or something like that. Say, for example, a simple thing is what is the current process? We call it as assess. Okay. If suppose, 10 people are working there, what are the problem statement? That problem statement is, current process is, customer is not happy, or, the human intensified, or else cost effect, more, higher cost, no process. So then these things, how AI can able to add value to that. So that also, we have to measure very clearly. What is assess, what is to be after implementation. Say, for example, 10 days to 10 minutes or 5 minutes in the sense, it's a huge effect. Okay. Also the trade automations, sometimes back, we have done, 500 pages, manually people are sitting and reading for about 1 week and, taking values and feeding the system. But computer vision, OCR, ICR in the sense, it is doing it in 5 minutes and 10 minutes in the sense. So that is the value. So this is the things, case to case, kind of we have to do. And particularly the use case driven, that's what, I keep on telling. And the second one is skill in the sense, quite a lot of skills are available. So case to case, kind of we have to choose whether it is agentic AI or Gen AI or AI or no need everything. Still, we can able to go ahead with the existing one.
Got it. Rajesh, your take on it, sir?
Yes. I would like to hear from audience. Anybody, anyone, anybody.
Yes, please.
What was the question asked? Nahi? Okay. You want to? Excellent. So you are listening to us. Thank you for that. Okay. I'm a person who doesn't believe in shortcuts. And unless I touch the code, unless I experience it, it doesn't give me the confidence. Right. So my general suggestion, if you are picking up something on AI, give yourself some time, educate yourself on the fundamentals of it. Start with the ML, understand how those have been working, classical MLs and your typical AI, neural networks and all those. There is no shortcut. I'm repeating myself. Is a first if in my talk I said 85% of AI initiatives fail. The one of the criteria is a skill gap. So generally what happens, we don't understand ChatGPT help us and we try to implement it. But ChatGPT gives us a generic view. But we have a specific view that need to be addressed by individual, by engineers, set of engineers, right? So my generation, if you really want to pick up that, give yourself a 1 year time. There are many IIT, NIT, BITS Pilani, there are many institutions, those who are offering these AI courses. Please enroll for that and educate yourself. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to see you guys, because I'm 45. I don't know how much time left on earth, but in general, you have career ahead. Give a shape where India can take a very positive step. For example, DeepSeek R1 from China. I felt bad. Why not from India? We have really talented faculty in IITs and all. Enroll for such course. Give yourself time and try to take India where it is not yet there. And it hardly takes. Say, for example, some of you might be quite inclined to the maths, and maths is the fundamental of your AI approach. Give yourself time, educate yourself, and then go and jump and solve the problem on the root itself. Not shallow, solve it into the depth. Okay, I'm sorry if you didn't like my suggestion.
No, that was actually very insightful and also inspiring at the same time. Thank you. Apurv?
Okay, I think both of our experts have covered almost everything there is. So what I'm going to do is try to take a different approach to answer this question. I would say the question was around how a fresher would use AI or how the AI will be used. So there are two things in this. One is core AI, building the technology, building the code. I really feel India has one of the biggest talent pool which can do this. There are hundreds of courses which you can learn from online or via IITs, MITs, Google is offering, IBM is offering. You should definitely learn and do that. But when you should do that, you should do that if you are really good in maths, physics, you can understand higher dimensions, you understand vector, if you have that core concept. But that is one of the paths that you should take. Another path, which is problem solving and building things on top of AI, which would be using the Gen AI or already available tools made by various people. If you're gonna take this second approach, then you should definitely do understand the problem that is there. Understand how do you want to solve it. What are the steps required to solve it? What are the processes required that is missing in the market? How are you gonna create a USP out of it? How are you gonna go ahead and sell it? India launches a lot of product, but Indians in general are very bad at marketing. I would say we are one of the worst people to teach this to our kids. I have a young daughter and I'm thinking to teach this to her. When you go to a US or you see US films, kids are taught to sell at the age of 10, 12, 14. In India, this age is 25, 30. Right before that, if you go and start distributing newspaper, it is looked at as, hey, why he is doing this? But that's a key life skill that needs to be learned. Now, with the coming of Gen AI, creating a product is faster and quicker than ever. So, what else is the moat? Earlier moat was no one can create technology. You are awesome at technology. Now that moat has reduced. I will not so say gone, as sir rightly said. We need to still work on the core side of the things. But in that case, you need to understand how are you going to sell it, how are you going to market it. So two approaches for two different kind of audience. Awesome at math, physics, understand technology, and would love to dive in. Go and do deep AI. Good at selling, would like to explore how this is going to solve and impact individuals' life. Look into D2C, create a offering and solve the problem. Yep. I hope that answers.
Awesome. That was good. Soumya?
Anything left?
If you'd like to say something.
Okay, I'll try to probably keep it a little generic. So, any youngster who is starting, so he or she might have certain passion about a certain domain or something. So whenever we, in fact, I was talking to someone a little while earlier that whenever they are interested in some kind of a project or some domain, they should first get a domain expertise about, okay, what are the stakeholders, who am I catering to, and what can I solve. So once you go into that line that okay, I'll try to figure out this is my problem and I'll start solving it. Now, as you go a little ahead and ahead, you will see a lot more associated issues. And as you keep solving each one of them, you will learn new skills. So that will make you inherent problem solver by yourself. So then you will learn that okay, anything comes up, I know at least to break it down and start solving it step by step. So yeah.
Got it. That was insightful too. I guess a lot of people in the audience had this question. Where do I start? I hope this answers it. Moving on. Uh, in this, in the next question that I'm going to ask, I'd like to know your thought on the build process and practicalities. So I'll start with you, sir. So, sir, you're an expert in low code, no code automation technologies. How do these tools empower different types of builders? Example, citizen developers, business users, to build with AI, and what are their limitations?
Right. Okay. Why this low code, no code, or citizen development comes into the picture in the sense? So during the COVID time, pandemic time, contacting the right set of resource talents and giving the typical life cycle, like, the business guys, they are giving their requirements to the business analyst. In a typical consulting company, they are giving it to high level design, low level design, and testing. It keeps on going. But those days, it's very difficult to, kind of go through all, finding the right resources, even change control management. Lot of things are there. So in order to avoid that, I'm the banking guy. I know the process and everything in the sense, straight away I can go jump into the systems. I can able to go, drag and drop, I can develop the UI, UX and then the modeling and database and everything quickly. I can able to test, go to market. So that's what the purpose, kind of this low code, no code and citizen development comes into the picture. And what are the main advantage here is in a typical life cycle, if you're going through Java or, Python in the sense, if it is taking for about 4 months, the low code, no code approach in the sense, maximum is 2 weeks to 3 weeks, quickly, you can able to go to the market. That is the speed, you can do that quickly. So also, this is the huge advantage. So that, the people can able to save the cost and improve the productivity, efficiency and everything. That's what I can say, that even there are a lot of tools available in agentic AI also. Okay. Right. Yeah.
Understood.
Oh, I would
So,
like to pass it.
Rajesh, I have a different question for you.
Different question for me?
I do.
Okay.
So, this theme was to know your thinking on the build processes and practicalities. So, I'd like to know more about that. What you think with this question? Uh, you, with your extensive background in platform and product development, what are the key architectural considerations when designing scalable and robust AI-powered platforms, especially platform as a service offering like CDE?
Hmm. Not with respect to CD, because that's a different ballgame altogether. Um, See, scalability has nothing. If I know correctly, scalability has nothing to do with specific to AI offering. So anyway, today's for Google grade products, they have a millions of hit per second. Similar things, ChatGPT is also going to face the same problem. So the typical challenge happened: how do you house that model? Your models are typically those are inactive objects, right? Models are active or inactive objects? Inactive. These are normal neural networks as a big zip file that's get loaded, and someone is going to serve that. So in that case, if AI offering is concerned, there are few offerings are there. If it's on a Kubernetes offering, KubeServe is one such case, and VLLM, virtual large language model offering, is there. There is another one, uh, Lang. Again, from the Berkeley itself, they have a better. I'm forgetting the name. So those can be employed to serve the AI offering. For example, a model you have and you want to offer that model a service, so that can be adopted. But beyond that, I have not gone into the scale. Typical software development scale related options are still exercisable there, because you have to go by the REST API or some API call. So that has to be there. Back end, the only game changing thing is your model. How do you house the model and how do you serve it? A little technological touch. Attention is all you need. You would have heard about it. Page attention is another, which is served by the VLLM guys. So they attention all you need and page attention that optimizes your offering for a model. Beyond that, I have not on a personal capacity I have used it, but not to a large extent for a scale level. So I would have less input on it.
Okay. Thank you. Apur,
Yes.
you've built a lot of projects which are at the intersection of IoT and AI. What are your thoughts on AI being used on edge computing?
AI plus edge is the perfect marriage that is going to happen. Already it has started. I think the engagement is done. Marriage is pending. I believe the world is moving to that direction. For any real problem to be solved, it cannot have just a virtual base. It has to come to the physical base. And IoT, robotics, or however you want to name it, is going to be the physical layer. A computer was built, it was super awesome, but then came the implementation into human life by implementing into manufacturing machines. Earlier, a steam engine used to be just a steam pressing some engine. Then the computer got built into it and it helped the engine to become smart. Very similar to that, I believe AI is going to enable the next wave of industrialization. First wave, by the way, was when the European countries created a steam engine. I'm expecting the similar level of uh, changes in our day-to-day life, starting from a very small thing like tying your shoes to maybe something as complex as manufacturing a car or a spaceship. The whole industrial stack is going to change over the next 10 to 20 years. It's a very big timeline, but in terms of human evolution of last 500 years, this is like an eye blink. Within an eye blink, the whole thing that we are seeing today is going to get vanished. Uh, Say, for example, I'm sitting here. Next, I want to go home, but my legs are hurting. I can have a robot over there standing for me. It will pick me up, put me in a car, which is again a different robot, being driven automatically and going to put me at my home. Uh, yeah, I hope that somehow answers. I can go long, but I'm hearing a lot of beeps, so I don't know the time.
All right. So we can move on to Soumya. Soumya, you come from a data science background. How do you approach data pipeline challenges, specifically when developing Gen AI solutions, considering their unique data demands?
So I'll just talk about one of the experiences I had some time back. So we were dealing with a lot of different diverse healthcare data, and we had to first make them interoperable, because there are a lot of different healthcare standards, fire and all, and they need first you need to make it uniform, and then you clean it up and make it unit conversion and all those stuff. But I feel the other part which is important is that how much can you make it like transparent and reproducible, like is all this thing whatever you are building, is it reproducible by itself? So yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the next set of questions I have are rapid fire questions. So I'll start with you, Soumya. What's the most challenging aspect of acquiring and preparing data for Gen AI models in healthcare?
Okay, most challenging would be that it is very diverse and very fragmented, like EHR and all that your different kind of diagnosis, different kind of like medical records, and compiling everything and using them together. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So next one is what's one Gen AI use case in life sciences and healthcare that excites you the most?
So I recently learned 3D spatial designing. So I wanted to explore how like there was one use case where you know uh, in a sort of operating room, you can sort of simulate how a operation happens on a virtual person. So that was pretty interesting. I would like to see if something gets developed like that, or maybe I can.
I believe there's a terminology for it. Human digital model, I believe.
Yeah, digital twin. So
Human digital twin.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, that is pretty interesting.
Right. Uh, Okay, the next one is how do you bridge the gap between data science insights and practical business outcomes in healthcare?
I think it's almost like the same. That you need to talk with the stakeholders and the medical professionals and get their feedback and do pilots and understand what is happening, and based on that make like required changes.
Okay, last one.
Yeah.
If you could have one perfect data set for a Gen AI project, what would it be?
Okay. Maybe a anonymous set with a lot of data, genome data, clinical data. Um, I would say maybe real time data as well for patients. So that would be great to work on.
Right.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Apur, moving on to you.
Tough section. I'm scared.
Okay, the first question is what's the most significant shift you've seen in the software development lifecycle due to AI?
There are two answers. First answer, every client is now coming with a 10-page requirement document, which earlier used to be one para. And now, yeah, that is actually a good as well. While talking about software development lifecycle, SDLC, one of the most prominent change that has happened is uh, if you understand the architecture and the core concept clearly, and you can write it down, not just think about it, then software development has become very fast. We have seen people who are super senior developer in our company are now able to compile a code which earlier used to take them 20 days in 2 days. Why? Because they are able to understand and architect it properly. Whereas the same thing which a fresher used to take 20 days is still taking 20 days. When it comes back, it has a lot of bugs. Main reason is being he is unable to understand the architecture. So in the new SDLC, you need to understand the architecture on a higher level to be able to implement it. Don't just use learn the Python languages or Python codes or JavaScript codes or whatever language that you are using. Understand how it works so that you can ask your AI model to develop it for you. Everyone has now tens of fresher software developer working under you. What you need to become is an architect who can help uh, your client or your project manager to deliver something of high quality using those developers. So you need to start thinking like architect, not someone who just has memorized a lot of syntaxes, who has just memorized a lot of code and he can just write it down. I would say there are a lot of changes, but this is one of the very core base of that has changed in recent times.
Got it. So the next question is I've
Yeah.
got about four for each of you.
Okay.
Uh, Edge AI versus Cloud AI for your IoT. Uh, when do you pick one over the other?
This is a difficult one. I would say this happens primarily depending on the use case.
Okay.
Edge AIs are very good, but we cannot expect a system running on a Edge AI with say 2 GB or 8 GB memory on the upper end, or even let's say even if you are using Jetson to perform the same quality on cutting edge AIs like Cursor or Chat GPT, sorry, Claude or Chat GPT or anything like that. Also, it depends on what is the price segment of the project. For example, if we are creating say a small home automation project and we are trying to build AI on top of it, let's take an example of a home security system, and if I put a Jetson in that, that is a like 22,000 rupees device, the economics is not going to work on that. So there you need to pick up a cloud. At the same point of time, if it concerns about data privacy, you need to pick a IoT device. For example, in healthcare, I believe a lot of initiatives are being taken in healthcare with IoT. So I would say the primary reasons is how smart you need the AI, what is your budget, what is the privacy concern, and the end use case. For example, you cannot have a cloud computing on a drone. AI has come, but it hasn't been came to drone yet. It is still old dumb drone, which will go when you say. But now with the upcoming of the new Gemma model from 3N from Google, I believe that everything is going to be on AI. Google is also running a very big hackathon, 1 month hackathon on what you can use uh, IoT plus AI. These type of things is going to come where you do not have Wi-Fi, do not have connectivity. How can you use that? Yeah.
Okay. The next question is, what's the most challenging aspect of integrating diverse IoT devices with AI models?
I would say the industry is very fragmented on IoT side. You have ESP32s starting from 300 rupees to Jetsons starting at 22,000 rupees. Each different capabilities, different unique USPs, and there are huge amount of options to pick from. Especially if you are talking about dev board, it's a physical world. It's not a digital world which you can uh, do prototyping fast. For example, if you need to create a custom board, it takes real effort in designing it. The primary challenge, I will say, different capabilities of different IoT devices, which brings in different unique challenges and unique requirements on what you need to pick and when you need to pick.
Right. The last one. How has agentic AI impacted business process automation?
Oh, it is going to change it. I believe we are also working on a couple of awesome projects in this. Even if I keep that aside, tools like Anaten, they are like game changer. I feel Anaten is going to be something like Excel in the future. Create any flow in minutes. No need of learning anything in coding, and it is going to go beyond the hands of software developers to process owners. When I say about process owners, marketing HOD is a process owner. uh, Everyone needed to learn Excel when I was like pretty young. Uh, my bosses didn't know how to use Excel, but they needed to learn. If they don't, they will fall out of the curve. Same thing is going to happen with agentic AI in business process automation. You need to learn N10. You need to learn a lot of agentic tools which you need to implement on your business use case. No one understands your business use case better than anyone else. Cannot earlier, no one can prepare your Excel because you understand that data. Same thing is going to happen. Business process automation is going to be one and equal to business process documentation. I won't be surprised if a standard like ISO starts picking it up, that you have a standardized process, right? Why not automate it as well? There are tools available, no code things are available, just drag and drop and implement. It's going to just shake the world.
All right. Thanks, Apurv.
Thank you.
Rajesh, let's
Go
start
ahead.
with yeah. What's the most critical non-functional requirement for an AI-powered platform?
What is the most critical, right?
Yes.
It's the safety and security of data. There are other bunch of things also, but as you asked,
Got it.
the top notch one is the safety and security of data, because otherwise it's pretty easy to let dole out your entire secret to the public world.
All right. Okay. The next question is, how has your experience with products like McAfee or HP Data Protector influenced your approach to AI security?
Okay, those two companies are gone. I'm into the cloud era right now, and McAfee, I'm
But-
onto the Mac, so I'm not using any antivirus. But yes, putting into the perspective that these are two different nature of product altogether. McAfee is into the antivirus, intrusion, network safety, security, and all those. So a lot of security specific activities are happening in AI space. Cyber security and model amalgamation is AI amalgamation is happening, so that quick response time can be achieved. Now coming back to the data protector, that is on the data recovery side. It's a data protection basically. It's a backup and restore solution. That product is also gone. It's stopped. I think bought by some. It's a product from the HP Hewlett Packard. When I was these are my portfolio actually. They're the product I have worked with. So
I've actually used your portfolio to refer and write these questions for you. I mean,
on a backup and restore side, disaster recovery side, data optimization and validations are happening. But how effective those are, as I'm not into that space anymore,
Right.
so I don't know what latest is happening.
okay. Okay. What's your favorite aspect of working at the intersection of product development and AI?
Product development and AI. Yeah, requirement writing is also from the AI. where you get an idea, you ask LLM, I want to develop this, suggest me something. So they come up with a lot of creative ideas. So that's an interesting one. And sometime when we work on the technology side, for example, test cases, there are certain situations what customer want and what we want. There is a gap typically happens, right? So in that case, if you ask ChatGPT to profile a customer, they can better profile. So even though you are not from the domain specific from them, but they can better draft you and they can explain you what is the profile of the customer. So that sometimes helps you to understand and bridge the gap in between. So these are the interesting aspects that help me at least.
Right. That is actually a very interesting favorite
And
aspect.
I would also give a tip to our youth here. Uh, if you ask LLM to prepare your resume specific to the Apple, Google, and all, they will prepare the resume, give the JD, and tell your strength, and they will prepare you apt resume, and you apply that. You don't need to have one copy. In our time, we used to have one copy, right? And circulate everywhere, and that get very every time get rejected. So it was very difficult to find out who is looking for me. So today, okay, this is the JD, this is the company, this is what profile you need. Ask LLM to prepare it; it will prepare you. Now have fun.
The only effort goes into compiling the content for your query, I
Yeah.
guess. Okay. What's a non-technical skill crucial for an engineering manager in the AI space?
Non-technical skill. Non-technical, you should be creative actually. And in leadership, we have to. Yeah, I'm coming that points. In leadership, what happens? We get tough time when we have to get into the one-on-one call with the engineers. So we have to convince them. You have to convince them what has been delivered is not up to the mark, but it has to be in a decent way. We cannot go very straight, right? So LLM helps in that case. Can you write this ugly statement in a beautiful way?
Oh my
Right.
God.
So that's a non-technical aspect actually, right? So there's a non-technical aspect, and this helps. This helps to it is important. Although it was taken as a fun, but to be honest, this is a psychological. How to say? It's a psychology basically to tell someone um, to improve rather than telling straight these are the features you could not meet, you could not perform, your schedule missed. There's a better way to tell, and LLM helps there in that case.
Thanks, Rajesh. That was quite the fun.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Jawahar. Okay, what's one common misconception about Gen AI that you'd like to debunk?
The one thing is the latest emerging technologies, Gen AI or agentic AI, it won't solve the complete purpose. If you're taking any business process or business scenario, it won't do everything. It can able to do, kind of bits and pieces. So I'm 100%, I'm betting you that, it won't to take anyone's job. It is going to add value to your existing job or, work or productivity, improve the productivity, efficiency, something like that. So this is not going to replace anyone. So it is going to add value.
Got it. The next question is what's the biggest ethical challenge you foresee with agentic AI?
The technology side, it's uncertainty. We cannot able to go and take accountability. Even the whoever, they have come up with the LLMs, even they're also not taking any accountability because how it is taking decisions or something like that, what kind of transparency, it is giving. It is, still, that accuracy part, transparency part, for about, we cannot able to guarantee that. And very important thing is the bias in the sense, even I'm also not getting confused. Kiran is, whether it is a male or female, or else Rajini is a male or female or something like that. How the LLM can able to take a decision, whether it's a she or he, him or her or something like that. So these kind of things, kind of over a period of time, we have to train. So that's the way, we can able to improve.
All right. Uh, the next one is what's a must have tool in your Gen AI development toolkit?
Okay. Again, case to case, we have to choose. I cannot
Okay.
tell that, one medicine for, all diseases, it is not a good thing. But the basic thing is, go ahead with, ChatGPT, or, Copilot or something like that. Put a query and kind of it will recommend. And based on that, you have to evaluate. And so agentic AI, quite a lot of tools also there, with 40 to 45 different parameters you have to evaluate. So there is no thumb rule, go ahead with this or marry this or unmarry this. No.
All right. A lot of talk about marrying and unmarrying.
Not laughing.
Anyways, the last question. What's a common mistake companies make when attempting digital transformation with AI?
Okay. Don't behind to technology. Yesterday, kind of we were talking about, Gen AI. Before to that, people are talking about the blockchain, Bitcoin, and CBDC or something like that. Today, we are talking about the agentic AI or something like that. Tomorrow, what technology or something like that. So the technology is second, business is first. Business in the sense, once again, I'm talking that what kind of value we are adding, what problem it is going to solve, at what cost. So whenever I'm talking to CXO, they are telling that Govind, you are using a lot of jargons, starting for the past 15, 20, 30 years, lot of things, kind of Java, Y2K, and, lot of things, you're talking BPM, BPA, RPA, hyper automation, low code automation, AI automation, lot of things you are talking, but what values, it is going to generate? What is assist, what is to be, what is the return on investment? That's what they're telling. So once it solves the purpose with a good cost in the sense, definitely, we can go for it.
All right. That's all for the discussion, folks. I'd like to thank the panelists for their insights. And that's all, I guess. Thank you.